The goal for this place, I suppose from a business point of view, is to make it a viable business. To turn it around from running at a deficit. But from a kind of emotional point of view, it's going to bring it back to life, reanimate it. Was it something I knew that I always had to do? It's something that I was aware of, but it was a very abstract, distant thing. It wasn't something that informed or coloured my day-to-day existence, really. Contentment and containment all at once. It's that idea of the presence of absence. And it's interesting, what my eye is drawn to and what I like in terms of art is pictures where you're aware of the space much more so than you are of the object. The object is really there as a relief to the space. There's a graveyard across the water, and the majority of all the gravestones are so weather-beaten and battered by the rain and the wind that you can't actually see the writing on it. And he stood in front of one gravestone and was like, that's such a shame that those people have forgotten it. He wanted his legacy to last, and I kind of quite like the idea of your legacy not lasting, of you just being a flash in the pan and gone. Be grateful for the passage. I think I've always, to a certain extent, been afraid of being caught in the thrall of this place and the effect that this place would have on my life. And from the things that my father told me, and I think on my part there was perhaps a purposeful distance put between this house and myself. I was scared not only by what this represented symbolically, but also in the day-to-day. I mean, the kind of debt that we're dealing with, the scary, real-life things that this place represented. So it's affection tempered by fear, and that detachment is my safety net. But, well, as things are going, that distance is becoming shorter and shorter, and I'm becoming more involved, more enraptured, more engaged. Metal detecting. I'm rather ashamed to admit it, but I mean that's been my way of understanding the past, and I find that the most extraordinary way into this place, because you're finding things that were dropped by someone 500 years ago, thousands of years ago, but they were here. They were on this patch of land that was theirs at that time. And you think, what did it mean to them, or what were they doing here? So I find that the most engaging form of understanding, of literally digging down into my roots, I suppose. But it's funny, the way we think about the past is we think of it as this kind of static moment, frozen in time, but almost by adopting that attitude, you're not really giving consideration to the vagaries of life, to the fact that everything is in flux. I think every generation would have had a different relationship to this house. This house has evolved in such different ways over the course of its life. It's an incredible space, and it's brought such happiness to my family. So the idea of actually being able to take that on, to see it through, it's a really electrifying feeling.